Gemini, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a reading for you for the month of October. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. Thank you for tuning in, for spending a little time with me today. Let's get started with your reading. I'm going to start out with a few oracle messages just to get an idea of what the month has in store for you, Gemini. I hope you're all doing well. I'm reading on the eve of a weekend, a few days out before the Aries super full moon. I hope you enjoy it. Should be a beauty. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Gemini. All right, Gemini, what's going on here? What are some of the energies, strongest incoming energies for the month? Ooh, you know what? Aquarius had this. I think this is one of the reasons why I believe the air signs are feeling this is, we're under this heavy influence of Libra, which is a very loving Venusian energy. And we have the card of nurturing. You can see a warm light bathing the plants through the window. And it feels to me like the radiance of your own inner light is helping you grow in new ways. And this could feel, whenever I think of nurturing, I think of the Divine Mother. I think of, love, unconditional love. I think of just affection, intimacy. This could be just having intimate conversations with people or even feeling affectionate. But there's a highlight of nurturing going on in your life in the month of October. And I like that. It's a warm and soft and tender energy. So whether you're giving this, feeling this within yourself, or you're experiencing this with some of the people in your life or a particular someone, it feels good. It feels allowing you to be more vulnerable, perhaps, Gemini. And now we have, as I say that, unconditional love comes out. Of course, Spirit's backing me up with that. Yeah, you could be softening in a situation, or you could feel like there's just this really beautiful, nurturing quality. When we step into this frequency, it does tend to be a higher consciousness state. And if you can maintain this throughout the month by nurturing yourself in all the ways and seeing the good in others, it feels like this is the holy trinity of mind, body, and spirit. Whenever I see a pyramid, I always think of body, mind, and soul. And so you could be giving love to yourself in new ways. This also could be, we also have, interesting, we have 5-5, we have 50 and 32. So you're making, this is a profound, significant change going on in your life, Gemini, around receiving, giving unconditional love, and how that can nurture parts of you to drop shields, to soften, to be vulnerable, to trust. Anyone wants to come out? Portal. Oh, wow, you are. You're going through a spiritual portal where some of you are really the embodiment of this energy, and it's rising up within you. And it feels very soft and fluid and kind and sweet. So a new portal where you were experiencing, it could be unconditional love from hidden realms, higher dimensional energy. I like that a lot, Gemini. What a nice soft way to start. A portal of nurturing unconditional love is upon you in October. All right, let's pull some tarot messages, and then we'll get into a little bit of manifestation energy as well with the next oracle deck. Curtain crossing. Where are you all at right now? Oh, well, maybe you need more nurturing and unconditional love because you could feel like a little fatigued. 9 of Wands is a card of feeling tired, a little worn out. Ooh, but it's almost like spirits. There's help on its way. I'm not sure in what forms. We're going to see that, I think, as I progress into the reading. But if you've been feeling a little bit like maybe even burnout, or you're overdoing it, or you're facing any kind of lifestyle change based on some health issues, I do see, and it could be something mild. I don't want to, alarm anyone. It's just 9 of Wands is feeling like you're hurt in some way. And that could be, emotional pain. It could be physical pain. It could be just spiritual pain because of the growing pains that you've had to go through. And the 9 is being alleviated by going into the 8 in your wand energy. So this is when we have new opportunities coming in that are kind of allowing us to kind of ease off the pressure that we've been under through whatever is lowering our vibration. All right. So we've got some high vibe energy coming in for you to help you, maybe lift you out of, an overactive mind or an overproductive, physical life with your work or with what you have going on with your responsibilities. Now we have the 3 of Wands. Well, all this fire energy coming in. Very fascinating, Gemini. You have, this is traditionally this card is about your ships arriving. This man is standing at the edge of a cliff. He's looking out at these ships. In the ancient tarot, he's a merchant and he's wearing finer things. Symbolic of him arriving at a certain station in life where he is anticipating greatness. He's anticipating more, what he's been asking the universe for. So I feel like if you've been asking for change, Spirit's actually delivering it to you, because 8 of Wands is seeing the signs and the synchronicities as you're standing out, looking at the great vista of your life in October and going, you know what? It's my turn now. There's something happening. And it feels really good because this is surrounded by yellow. Yellow is, in the tarot, it's about your solar plexus lighting up. It's about optimism and faith and hope. Opportunity, death. You're going through a major rebirth. This is transformation and change. All right. You could be dealing with a Scorpio going through a deep transformation. There's a lot of fire here, though. I'm not going to assume that's a Scorpio, but whenever I see this energy, this is, a snake shedding its skin. So something could be really going through a major overhaul in your life in October. Now we have the challenge, the wheel. Okay. Can you let in this change? It's a significant one, Gemini. It could be your energy. It could be a situation. There's a massive transformation happening. Near future, 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is an energy of friction. All right. It could just be something you're feeling internally. It could be literal friction with another person in your life where you are making some foundational changes. Traditionally, it's the stalemate card of the tarot. These jagged clouds indicate, not feeling a little bit of unrest. Again, it could be internal conflict. Knight of Pentacles, Strength, 7 of Cups. All right. This is about some sort of spiritual lesson underneath all this. You're being guided here. I feel like you're under a heavy level of protection as you go through a huge shift internally and externally. Maybe it's internal because of external circumstances. So there's this need to slow down and pause. Whenever I see the Strength card, it really is, okay, let's pause. Let's not come from this wounded place, perhaps, because 9 of Wands is our collective baggage of wounds, right? It's like everything anyone has ever said that's hurt us and where we store it. And you're actually moving away from that place, that state at this time. This is what's going on in real time right now. And as you do that, you're actually creating a pocket of space for positivity to enter. And Spirit's bringing you a big, big, significant reversal of fortune here. And that's your challenge. So what you don't see coming is that there's going to be a little bit of courage required of you in the month of October to slow down and tame, right? Everything that's going on that's making you feel a certain way, because there is some need to invest intentionally in something that's emotional for you. And I think that you could be needing to just make sure you're seeing things clearly. All right. I know I'm being very cryptic here, but we're going to go deeper and find out really what's happening here. In essence, they're telling you, we've got you. Don't give up. There's a huge change coming in. Ride with it. Trust us. Trust this process. Stay positive. Okay? You have an enormous amount of unconditional love at all times within your grasp, but you have to look within to reach for it. Let's look at what you're manifesting this month. Releasing perfection. I love my imperfections for they make me real. Wow, this is a lot of self-love you're being asked to have. Again, we have 3. Body, mind, spirit. We have 3 here, 2 threes. New love. Okay. You know, there seem to be new opportunities coming in, both with what's crossing the 9 of Wands here, the 8, and then the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups, it's being uncertain over the next thing, right? Investing in something emotionally and not sure if you should or not. And Spirit's saying if you slow down and you have the courage of your own convictions and you stand up for what you want, it's almost like I feel like you have a new love coming in after an ending. You've been working on your wounds. You're being led and guided out, right, of one significant phase of your life into another. Now, new love doesn't need to literally be a new person. It could be a new love energy entering into your heart frequency. And it's like a buoyant feeling that's kind of propelling you, right? I see it as a cork going up to the surface of the water. And it's almost like if you've been held under, eventually, anyone on the spiritual path is going to use those practices to actually understand that everything that has happened, even if it's hard, it's for a higher purpose. And to let go, right? And release the pressure. And then you fly up to the surface, right? And then you have a better vantage point. You actually are not trapped in your emotions and you see everything clearly. So that's what they're indicating here is if you can really just let go and apply the principles that you have. And big thing they're saying that let go of is to love who you are, because we are really a reflection of our own worth and value through the way we love ourselves. And that is mirrored in other people. So they want you to be open to love coming in. Let's get one more. And we have 5 with 3 again. Okay, interesting. With this apex here. I feel like there's a new truth coming in. Going through this portal. Create peace. I'm ready to find peace and balance. And that is a mandate for Libra season for all of us. Finding more balance, finding more harmony in the way we feel. This is when we need to slow down, take better care of ourselves if we're really pushing ourselves at work, or if we're pushing ourselves in a certain situation that's making us feel emotional. Pull back. Give yourself a break from thinking about it. Okay? All right, let's go deeper. I'm going to look at this 3 of Wands, this patience for what's next. Waiting. It's often the card of waiting, but hopeful waiting, right? Not pessimism, optimism. Let me see this 3 of Wands. Why is the 3 of Wands here for Gemini? That wants to come out. 5 of Cups. Judgment. Ooh. Immediately I felt this right before the 7 of Swords. I'll show you. We have the 5 of Cups, the Judgment, and the 7 of Swords coming out over your overall general energy of the 3 of Wands, which is creating some distance. It is staying positive. Sometimes it's literal distance from people. Emotional distance, we'll say. Spiritual distance. Like, I need to protect my peace because this person, I can't trust what they're saying or doing. I feel, Gemini, that you are pulling away from someone in your life. I'm hearing you say it's necessary to protect my peace because you can't trust this individual. I think it makes you sad because these are people that are unconscious, right? Whoever you're dealing with, anyone who's in a 7 of Swords energy, it's an unconscious energy. And you're showing me here that you're tuned in and tapped in. And I think this is when we love people. And sometimes we have to love them from afar. All right, because to stand too close to them, their unconscious energy bleeds over and you take on that karma. So, because this is the card of karma, judgment. Everyone's getting this card. Everyone at this time. This is like the post-eclipse aftermath of the things that were revealed about a situation or about a person in your life. And this person, I will say, it upsets you because they lie. They're not honest. They're dishonest. And I think you know that. But it's like you still want to see the best in them. And that's fine and good. But I am getting this protect your peace, because it's not the first time that this has happened, because we have the 9 of Wands here. You're tired of it. You're like, I got to move in a different direction. Spirit's like, yes, you do. You need to focus on you and less on, getting riled up about someone else and their unconsciousness. Let's look at this death as the opportunity. Yeah, makes sense. Wow. This is pretty clear cut. I will say a lot of you are dealing with a fire sign, because we had all this fire energy, you being tired and worn out, or someone that just gets you upset. Okay. Because for me, this is feeling upset, like a tower. It's like, could have been an argument, not seeing eye to eye with someone, and a timeout. Okay. Your opportunity in October is to take time out. 4 of Swords over the death. Like, you're like, oh, it's like you're walking on shaky ground with somebody and they know that you don't trust them anymore. Okay. And you don't want to fight. It's like, this is when you're like, I'm tired of fighting with this person for them to see my point of view. Okay, Gemini. So I feel like this is you taking a stand for not being depleted or having someone drain your energy, because it's already taken a toll on you. And this is that realization that's like, wow, I've been kind of overgiving or allowing this and not having the healthy boundaries. Because we have the 5 and the 4, which is the 9 of Swords, which is somebody who really takes up a lot of real estate in your mind. Because it's like a mental quagmire, because people are complex beings. And you have someone in your midst that you're realizing that you must love them from afar. All right. And you're making some foundational shifts. I think that you don't always acknowledge the hurt that this causes you, because you're so worried about the other person and what they're saying and doing. And I think that's part of the healing path. That's part of the spiritual path, to honor how we're feeling in a situation and to stand up for ourselves and speak on behalf of our feelings. And not as a attack, but as my feelings matter. You make this all about you. We need to have common ground and come from a balanced perspective. It does look like there's an opportunity to heal something that maybe has been on hold for a while and come back into balance and create harmony. This could be somebody in your family. We have the 3 of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Temperance over the 10 of Cups and the Hermit. Yeah. I think you're doing a lot of reflection. You could have just pulled back from someone and they know that you kind of like, it's sus. Their behavior is sus. You don't, it's difficult. I mean, because 8 of Wands could be incoming communication after taking a time out from somebody. This is the wounded warrior. I feel like it's just a wounding situation and you don't want to perpetuate it. It's like, I got to make a big change here. I can't keep participating in this pattern. Let's look at the wheel. Yeah, you're being led and guided here. I feel like there's been a little bit of an emotional buildup for you. We have the Moon, the 8 of Cups, and the 8 of Wands. It's almost like Spirit stepping in. Whenever I see the Tower, the Wheel, the Judgment, it really is when Spirit says, okay, have you had enough here? What is this teaching you? And from what I can say, it's like, it's about you receiving healthy love, unconditional love from others. And if you have anyone that you can't trust, no matter who they are you giving them one too many opportunities to take advantage of that? I see you needing to walk away and turn your back. And Spirit's telling you to, okay? And that's your challenge. The Moon. I think that this eclipse has revealed perhaps maybe someone's true colors. And you've been kind of pulling back and reevaluating this connection. And I see in general, you're being guided, like also on a personal level, to heal and release some of the emotions that maybe you have bottled up and kept hidden. And that your actual blessings and your success and your manifestations have everything to do with removing the blocks that have been perpetuated by someone in your life. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Five of Pentacles. And the Eight of Swords. Wow. I see that you have, again, another indication of someone with fire placements, or there is a level, a Page of Wands is a curiosity. When it comes to a person, they're younger, but I'm getting traditional messages here that you have difficult communicating with someone in your life who is the victim. They're always the victim, and they're stubborn. They could be emotionally immature here. Eight of Swords, then you feel stuck. You're freeing yourself this month of a pattern with someone. We have the Five of Swords out twice, okay? And it's in your opportunity, and it's in your near future. This is when we feel stuck by someone's pattern. And listen, it's not your responsibility to change people. And I think it's hard to see people and the way they operate clearly when you have unconditional love for them. You know, it's like they can do no wrong. But at the same time, you know, are you loving yourself through this? Are you like, you know, someone's proverbial punching bag emotionally because they're always coming to you with a problem, or they're not being honest with you, they're deceiving you in some way, and then you find out and then you forgive. It's like, it feels like an off and on push-pull situation. And at the end of the day, you know, you're abandoning yourself, Gemini. And I feel like you're looking at this and you're saying, okay, I need to do it differently. I need to invest in myself now, and I need to free myself from this situation. I think it's taken you a while to have the courage to do this. I think you're standing up to somebody in your life. Yeah. We have, again, the Hangman, the Ten of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. It's like, this is when, and it's such a big foundational lesson, it's almost like the shadow of Libra, which is coming out a lot in the collective, because we are under the heavy influence of the beauty of Libra, which is harmony and nurturing and feeling fulfilled and having balance. But then the shadow side is when we consider someone else's perspective so much, and it gives us a great deal of empathy. But then you actually end up giving that person too much latitude in controlling you and manipulating you. I feel like you've been emotionally manipulated by somebody, and it's gone on for a while because you're so willing to see their perspective, but are you seeing yours? Are you honoring yours? And that's what Spirit's trying to slow you down enough to say, hey, this person maybe works on an overwhelming level where they get your attention, but then it's a distraction. And for you to create more peace, are you loving yourself enough to pull away from this person to see how they're manipulating you? I see this Hangman over you, you know, saying, you know what, I've had enough. And it's like you're becoming enlightened about a pattern here. I mean, we have the double Seven of Cups, which is coming out of confusion and illusion and slowing yourself down enough to really see a situation for what it is. This feels really clear cut about a contract you have in your life and someone's unconsciousness and the way that it causes chaos in your life. And you needing to really look at how someone who is perpetuating victimhood impacts you, to actually lower your vibration to meet them there. And it's keeping you stuck. So you have a choice to make in October to be brave enough to really consider your own perspective more than theirs for once. And make a really deep, deep, deep decision here. Let's get some guidance from the angel guide. You're walking through a portal where it's time for you to be nurtured, Gemini, with unconditional love. Is this person giving you that back? If you're really giving someone your heart, your energy, your time, your resources, and you're not receiving much of that back, it's time for you to look at whatever this is. It's an emotional burden for some of you. But you can emancipate yourself. It feels like It's time to emancipate yourself from something or someone. Okay, if this isn't a person, this is, interestingly enough, I mean, it's like, this could feel like there's been conflict amongst a situation in your life, whether it's where your passions lie, and you need to go through not holding back and procrastinating about moving forward and making a decision, right, to make a big change. It's like you have to make a decision to honor yourself that's going to put you on a better timeline. But you're going to have to, like, there's a sacrifice that has to be made. You don't want to be the sacrificial lamb anymore. Feels like a very powerful change in the wind here. Change of course here. You have your guardian angel stepping in. And what is your guardian angel saying? I want to get some more. What is your guardian angel saying? Inner child healing. Inner child healing. Some of you, this is a child of yours, because look at the mother holding her child. Or this is your mother. Do the work, earth and ground. Healing energy, take charge and action. And then last one, opportunity and change. Yeah, this is the Mariposa of transformation. I think you're being transported out of a very difficult situation. And this is when you don't give someone energetic access to you in the same way. It doesn't mean you cut them out of your life. That's up to you. I am seeing that Spirit saying, have you had enough of chaos from this individual? It's been proven that you can't trust this person. You're pulling yourself back enough from the way you've been dealing with this long enough to make a very critical decision, an evaluation here. And it's a process. I think ultimately you have the angelic kingdom and realm really standing close to you right now, giving you all kinds of love and protecting you as you make this critical decision to no longer invest in someone who is manipulating you. All right. And I think you're starting to see it more clearly, that you're not just going to, this is when someone has a hold of you, and when they say jump, you jump. Right. And it's because you love them. It's because you care. But then are they really giving you that same energy back? Okay, that's what you're taking a look at. Let's look at the most prevalent angel guide here. I want to get some advice, though, before I read. They said it's this one. What's this one? The guardian angel. Yeah, that's the first one that came out. We'll read that in a second, but I want to get some important advice for you. I see something coming to a head, because Libra season is all about coming back into balance wherever there is an imbalance in your life. And it does seem to me that in your life, this has to do with either a job you no longer want to be in and you're worn out, or a relationship contract that you need to pull away from being overly involved in. Let's see. What's the advice here? Judgment. Wow. Whew. Big judgment call. Scales of balance here are being evaluated. This has to do with the past. It could be a child for many of you. Some of you it's a child. Some of you it's just someone you have to make a big judgment call. Someone in your past. Oh, you're going to have a victory here. I feel like this judgment call is you rising above your past in general and letting it go. I think this is when enough buildup happens, enough emotional crap happens with somebody that you're like, I got to start unpacking this and dealing with it. And it's part of your healing journey, Gemini. And the more you go in and you work on this inner child wound and healing, and the more you honor you, I feel like you've been almost like a martyr in a situation, like overgiving to the point where it's really affected you on a very deep level. And, Spirit's saying this has got to change. You can't keep doing this. How long have you been doing it? Wheel of Fortune, justice, balance. It's time to come back into balance with yourself, harmonizing yourself, right? Because some of you, this is a child. Because I'm seeing strong indications of motherhood, or this could be your mother, could be a mother wound. You reparenting yourself, loving the parts of yourself that make you actually, ignore, right, the truth of a situation. I feel like you're going into, this is gorgeous Libra energy. Look at that. You are. If you've been up and down in a love situation, let's say some of you, this is a situationship and it's like an off and on thing. You're in and out and it's like someone keeps coming back, you know, and then you open up a little and the door swings wide open. You're like, it just happens, right? And I know this pattern. I feel like you're conquering your past and you're actually making a final judgment call to move in a new direction. You've actually have spirit's help and they're saying, close this out. All right. It's been very chaotic for you with someone in your life, Gemini, for long enough. And I think that you're making a big decision to honor yourself. This really big, beautiful Libra energy of self-love, honoring yourself, honoring your karmic path, learning the lessons, moving in a new direction that is spirit-led. All right. You're going to take a risk. I feel like if you've had to kind of end like a situationship so you could actually free up the energy to call in something so much better and deeper, you're being called to do that. Now, if you're overgiving to a child, right, and they keep taking advantage of you, crying wolf, you're saying, you know what, I'm not going to fall for it again. All right. These are my boundaries. These are the rules. This is a new contract moving forward. Okay. And if this is a job you want to leave, you've got a new opportunity coming in. Okay. This is more money. This is being generous with other people. This is you making a big change where it's time for you now. It's time for you to elevate and to honor yourself. No matter what is going on in your specific life circumstances, the ultimate lesson for you here is to honor you because that's what you seem to keep not doing, right? In whatever you've been dealing with for some time now. So let's take a look at what your guardian angel has to say to you. This might not appeal to all of you. It might be a very specific message, but it's what came through. It's time for you to really nurture and honor yourself. But a big part of your spiritual pathway is to go through this portal and to make peace with something in your past so you can rise above it, make this change. Final judgment call, right? This is the time. This is the time, Gemini. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them since their soul's creation. Now, your guardian angel is drawing closer to you than ever. Where is she? Where's your guardian angel? This angel guide knows you, loves you, and accepts you completely. Before your incarnation on Earth, you danced across the stars together. If you're feeling overwhelmed or alone at this time, know that your angel guide is with you to share their love and make you feel safe. You never walk this path alone. Angels are always there to light the way. This card is a huge reminder that you always have their help, support, and companionship available to you. You are an independent soul and often find yourself trying to do everything on your own. But know that even just a quick prayer to your guardian angel can take away some of that pressure. Your angel wants to hear more from you. In order to support you fully, they must be invited to do so. But the no request is too much. Ask them for help. Ask your guardian angel for help with this situation because it seems like it's been going on long enough. You've felt overburdened. You felt it's been way too demanding on your energy. You're like, why did I sign up for this? Really go within and reflect on it, okay? I feel like you have a conversation that you could have with your guardian angel. You could even open up your journal and ask, guardian angel, what do you want me to know? What do you want me to know? Because you have a lot of divine guidance. You have the Wheel of Fortune here twice. It's like once you say no, the door is going to swing open to what actually you've been wanting all along, which is peace. Peace. Your angel guide was made for you and is dedicated to you. Take time today for an easy and informal conversation with them. Speak openly and in a heartfelt way about your life, any challenges you are facing, and anything you need help with. Through that conversation, their help will find its way to you. When you draw this card, they want you to know they are with you. Oh. Yeah, there's something karmically really coming to a close for you. You're making a huge judgment call. I think you see the truth for what it is. It's been uncomfortable. You've been going through maybe, and that's really a big part of the astrology post-eclipse is if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. So be grateful for the discomfort because it's allowing you to evolve. I know this is easier said than done, but you are now knowing what you're worthy of. You know your value, right? And you're not going to forsake that repeatedly anymore, especially in the situation that you've been dealing with. I want to get a self-care exercise for you, Gemini, because it seems like you are going through a difficult pathway. This could be you finally saying no to situationships or one-sided love and really honoring yourself so you can actually open up to the love you seek. What is the lesson? Lessons. Okay. We have quite a few that want to come out. These are the lessons of October, okay? I will speak up instead of shutting down, right? Reclaiming your personal power. I release the idea that I have to do everything on my own, letting go, asking for help, receiving guidance, even if it's just from the non-physical realm, from your guardian angel. Because that came out with your guardian angel's message. You don't have to do everything on your own, Gemini. We have, I trust that I will know when something is right for me. Okay. Does this really feel right for you? Whatever you have been allowing in, whatever you've been giving energetic access to, is it right for you? What does your gut tell you? And then we have, I can create the life that I desire. Yeah, we have 2 cards of personal power, 1 card of letting go and 1 card of self-trust. And at the bottom, what you don't see coming, I trust that my desires are within my reach. Yes, they are, but you've got to create peace within, and you've got to cut out all the noise around anyone around you that is pulling you down, okay? I feel like you're cut loose, all right? And you're coming back up, right? That cork coming to the surface, and you're going to have a whole new vista, which you deserve to be loved and nurtured. You deserve that. So if you're accepting so much less than that, this month you're really taking a look at that and you're making a big life decision, all right? The universe is supporting you in that, okay? Because this is about your personal peace and expansion and loving self, all right? Sending you so much love, Gemini. Take care. Namaste.